Cooking with Kidz presents sourdough bread.
This is my lovely assistant, Isabella. Let's see if we can just adjust this a little bit. Okay, that's perfect. So today we're going to make a sourdough bread. Sourdough bread has been around for a very long time. It actually does take a lot of time as well as a lot of patience. If you're going to use a rapid dry yeast, give it about 3 to 4 days. So to make the starter for your sourdough bread, I actually have some in a container. Good morning, princess. Oh, pumpkin. My youngest just woke up from this morning, obviously from last night. She was out like a light. Say good morning. So to make the sourdough bread, the starter,
what happened over here?
we've cleaned. To make the sourdough starter, what you're going to need is 1 packet of dry yeast, and you're going to put the packet of dry yeast in a mixing bowl. You don't have to have this one, just a regular mixing bowl. All right, and to that packet of the dry yeast, you're going to add 2 cups of room temperature water. It's in your bedroom, honey. All right, and you're going to mix the dry yeast and the water. You're going to let it rest for 2 minutes. Once you've let the dry yeast mix with the room temperature water for 2 minutes, you're going to add 3.5 cups of water and 2 tablespoons of sugar. Mix it up, all right? Then you're going to cover it with plastic wrap. You're going to let it sit at room temperature. If you're using the dry rapid yeast, 3 to 4 days. You're using just regular dry yeast, 4 to 5 days. Every day you're going to turn it twice a day. So basically every 12 hours you're going to mix it. Okay? So that's how you make the starter for your sourdough bread. Now we're going to actually get into making the sourdough bread. So we are going to add 4 cups of flour. Now I cannot find my big 1 cupper, so I've got to use my half cups. So we're going to be here a little bit. So, all right. There's 1/2 cup, and so there's 1 full cup. This actually will make several loaves of bread. I was actually able to make 4 small loaves and 1 12-inch loaf of bread with what I'm making here. So there's 2 cups.
Wait, you don't know?
2.5.
Go over here. In case.
3. 3.5. And 4 cups of flour. All right. To my 4 cups of flour, I am also going to add 2 tablespoons of salt. All right. I just kind of eyeball it. I need your hands for measuring. Here, let's see if we can get this in like this. Okay, you ready? Can I see your hand? You washed them, right? Okay. All right, dump that in there. And let's do one. Okay, dump that in there. So we've got our 2 tablespoons of salt. To this, we are also going to add 1.25 cup of water. Room temperature preferred, because you're going to be adding the starter and you want the yeast to still be active. So I'm going to go get 1.25 cup of room temperature water. I do have filtered, so that works out great for everybody. And it's been sitting out at room temperature. It's good. 1.25 cup of water. Pour that right into your flour and salt mixture. Next, we're going to add our starter, the sourdough starter. whatever you don't use will keep forever. You just have to continuously add sugar to this. All right. This actually smells like the bottom of a Heineken bottle. Yeah. You want to smell it? Annabella, do you want to smell it? Yeah, I don't think you want to smell it.
He doesn't have room for me.
Well, can we make a little room for you? So we're going to add 1 cup. This is not sour cream. This is the sourdough starter. We're going to add 1 cup. Anna, I'm going to need you to pour this for Mommy. I think we're going to actually make it to the 1 cup. You are going to pour that in for me. Here you go. Oops, here's the handle. Pour that lovely sourdough starter. So I'm going to have you hold that for Mommy. There we go. I'm just going to...
I want to get it all in there.
That's right. We want to get it all in there. Do you want some breakfast pumpkin? No, not yet? Okay. When we're done with this video, we'll do it. Oh, you know what I need to do? I'm going to get the rest of this out, the sourdough starter out.
Hey! That was Anna.
Sorry.
She made me fall.
I think we need to take a little...
because I didn't have enough room.
You didn't... That was not okay to push your sister. It was not okay to push your sister. We need to be very careful, okay? Okay, well, you need to hug this out. We need to hug this out. I can't do this any further unless you guys hug it out. This is why it's called Cooking with Kids. Look, hug it out. Anna, can we look a little happier, please? Okay, so next up, so what we have, I'll show you as Isabella mixes. This is the starter part of our sourdough bread. All right. Now, now that you've mixed that, let's let your sister mix, okay? There you go. Annabella's mixing away. It's going to get very, very gooey and very, very difficult in a moment. So, let's see. Keep mixing. There you go. Can Mommy take over? Because now I have to start. There we go. So now Mommy's going to take over. We're good, I think.
They think I'm squished.
Oh, you're fine.
There's tons.
So we're going to just...
I'm going to get that
teeny,
tiny edge.
Okay. Let's not push our sister. Can we put this on the table, on the kitchen table for me, please? So we're gonna mix this until all of our ingredients are combined and it turns into like a giant dough ball. You want a giant dough ball, right, Anna?
Right.
Okay. So, and it's gonna start to stick to the spoon. So once it starts to stick to the spoon and you can kind of scrape it all off, go for it. Might Annabella please put that in the sink for Mommy?
Sure.
Thank you, sweetie. So if you have lovely manicured nails, guess what? Don't care.
Save it.
You're going to get your hands in here and you're going to knead this dough. Because by kneading this, you are activating the yeast and you're mixing it more into the flour.
Can I help?
Yeah, you want to get your hands in there? It's going to get really gooey and messy. You want to get your hands all gooey and messy? Go ahead.
I don't have any space.
Here, Anna, let's move this over here. Give your sister a little room. All right, I'm going to let my kids mix this for me. You need to make sure you mix it very, very well. We've all got our hands in the pot. Thank goodness our hands are all clean. Yeah. So you want to mix and knead for 10 minutes. Okay, let's see your hands. Good. Okay, let's see. Go wash your hands.
Okay.
Okay, how are you doing? Okay. How are you doing, though? You doing okay? That's good. Okay, you ready? Let's see. You did a great job. I could not have done... Oh, look at that. It looks like giant ghost boogers, doesn't it? It looks like the ghost boogers. Okay. So I'm just going to incorporate this all together. Okay, well... Okay, your sister's coming. She'll help you. So you're going to need this for 10 minutes. Okay? 10 minutes. Let's keep kneading. What I've done is I've got my oven preheated at 350 degrees. All right. I've got this all pretty much kneaded. We're going to form it into a ball. So I have my oven preheated at 350 degrees. While you let this rest for a couple of hours, because you want to let this rise, the best way to let this rise is overnight. Why overnight? You'll get the most bang for your buck. All right. Oh, Oh, I'm glad they like watching. Tell them they can like my page, the Cooking with Kidz page. And tell them to share with their family and friends. We always have a lot of fun doing cooking and things. Nothing like getting your kids involved in cooking. So now that I have giant ghost boogers on my fingers, I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to cover this. I'm going to let it sit near my oven for, well, this is a rapid yeast, so maybe about a half hour, 45 minutes. All right. So I just got to get these lovely little ghost boogers off my hands. Okay, you can hear my kids arguing in the background, right? I mean, seriously. They're like in the bathroom washing the ghost boogers off their hands. I call dough ghost boogers. All right. So I'm getting Anna is because she hates having her hands dirty. Yeah. So
who's watching?
My friend Robin. Say hi, Robin. And her niece and nephew are watching too. She said that they like watching us.
Hi.
Well, honey, you have to. They can hear you, but they have to be able to see you.
Hi.
Alrighty, I'm just gonna wash my ghost boogers off my hands. Isabella, do you want to put? Do you want to grab a dish towel from the drawer, and you're gonna cover that for me? All right. You don't have to. Yeah. Just grab a dish towel. Is that a dish towel? Yes. And you're going to cover that for me. And then we're going to get to the fun part.
What's the fun part?
The fun part is patience. There's patience. All right. I got to get all this crud off me. I'm only going to get my hands dirty again, but that's okay. At least I got most of it off. So anywho.
My ghost boogers are all off.
Oh, good. You got some ghost boogers up in your nails. So I have my bowl covered. I'm going to put it in front of my oven. You want to keep it where there's a nice heat coming in. That will help the dough to rise quicker. So again, I got to make sure I don't get dough in my hair. Doing a quick rapid yeast, it won't take long, maybe about a half hour, 45 minutes. The regular yeast, it's going to take 12 hours, so you'll let it sit at room temperature. So can we put those away?
The baby pads?
Yes, put the doggies' wee pads away. So next, I'm going to show you. So this is a 12-inch loaf pan. I just got this. I love this. I already help your sister. I already made some sourdough bread, but I'm going to explain to you how you do this. We're going to let that rise at room temperature.
Put it in neatly.
Once the dough has risen, you take your loaf pan or your loaf pans. You want to lightly grease them. A little bit of oil all the way around, swirl all the way around. You'll take a handful of dough, form it into almost like a ball, but then form it into like an oblong shape. Plop each one into your baking loaf pan. When you get to the bigger loaf pan, you want to, again, kind of mix it up, knead it up a little bit, form it to the shape of the loaf pan. Then you cover them, put it near the oven, let them rise again, another about a half hour, 45 minutes. And then you bake in the oven at 350 for about an hour. All right, keep your eye on it. I'm going to show you what the finished product looks like. You want to show them? You want to go get the shell? Let's bring this. You want to come over with me? Want to hold my hand? Okay. Oh, please do not mind my kitchen table.
Hey, I want to show you something, guys.
Okay, so these are my breads. This is the 12-inch sourdough. Oh, yes, they want to see your journal. Okay, thank you. And then these are my mini loaves. And they're still warm. So those are my mini loaves, along with my mini me's. So those are my sourdough breads. I'm going to end the video here for the sourdough bread because I'm going to come back to it again to complete the segment while the dough rises. Because while the dough rises, I'm actually going to be making, which one do we want to do? Do we want to do the tropical or do we want to do the orange cranberry? You want to do the tropical? All right, so the next one we're going to do is going to be the tropical. So we're going to end the segment here. We'll come back to it.